Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the RotoBaller Radio Fantasy Baseball Waiver Wire Series. I'm your host, Anthony Aniano. Happy to be with you here today as we take a look at some hitters available on the Fantasy Baseball Waiver Wire for Fantasy Baseball Week 17. The week beginning Monday, August 1st. Guys, don't forget, head over to rotoballer.com right now. Sign up today for the RotoBallers NFL Premium Pass. RotoBallers Premium Draft Kit includes 15 exclusive tools, including the new Team Sync platform. Import your lineups, sync your league settings, and get custom advice. Get customized rankings, projections, and cheat sheets for all formats. For a limited time, use your NFL to get your NFL Premium Pass using the promotional code ACES and save an additional 10% at discount. Visit rotoballer.com and start rotoballing like a boss. And guys, don't forget, RotoBaller has you covered. Baseball, football, like we just mentioned, NBA, MMA, esports, NASCAR, PGA, sports betting, you name it. Rotoballer.com, the place to be. Like and subscribe right here to the RotoBaller YouTube channel, as well as download the RotoBaller app and get all the same great content you get online on your phone. So take advantage of that. That app is absolutely free. All right, guys. I can't believe it's August, right? 2 more months, August, September. We wrap up this baseball season. All right, hopefully your team is still in contention, okay? As you plan your fantasy football, you're also competing still in fantasy baseball. And because of that, we have to continue to look at the waiver wire and find some hitters that can help us down the stretch. Full disclosure, I am recording this on Saturday morning, July 30th, before the games begin today. So obviously numbers can change between now and when you set that waiver wire. Yahoo.com is my reference point. Try to keep it around 40% or less for roster percentages. I always throw a catcher at you. Carson Kelly is the catcher of the week from the Arizona Diamondbacks. 18% rostered. That's up 10% from just last week. And he's been hot not only over the last 14 days, but over the last month. Ignore the season numbers. I really believe that, because it's only 219, 5 homers, 18 RBIs. Over the last 2 weeks, he's hitting .417, 2 homers, 6 RBIs, 9 runs scored. And a little bit bigger sample, last month, last 30 days, 362, 4 homers, 10 RBIs. Terrible start to his season. The last 30 years have been terrific. The last 30 days have been terrific. The last 2 weeks have been even better. Hits 8th usually in that Arizona lineup. If you're looking for a catcher, if you're in dire straits, be mindful of Carson Kelly. Another player to mention behind the plate real quick as the trade deadline looms. If Wilson Contreras gets moved by the Cubs, and all expectations are he will, Yan Gomes should be in line to see increased playing time back there. Hasn't been great this year, but should see increased at-bats if you're in desperate need behind the plate. All right. Corner infield options, one of my favorite. I seem to talk about him all the time, and he's finally living up to the year I thought he could have. That's Jeimer Candelario of the Detroit Tigers. Third base, corner infield eligible, 13% rostered. Again, an atrocious start. I drafted him, and I ended up having to drop him. It was just that bad. But now, in some spots where I'm in need at corner infield, I have explored adding him again. Okay, on the season, it's not pretty. It's .212 batting average. A little bit of pop, though. 10 homers, 32 RBIs, 31 runs scored. Hitting 5th in that Detroit lineup. Okay, again, last 2 weeks have been outstanding. .364 batting average with 4 of his 10 home runs. Flashing power over the last 14 days. And over the last month, .275, 5 homers, 14 RBIs. It's a guy who I believe he finished 3rd in the league in doubles last year. That .275 is kind of where I expected him all along. Okay, first half of the year, though, was just god-awful. Okay, getting it going. Probably too little too late for the Tigers, but can provide some pop and batting average down the stretch for your fantasy team. I'm using him now going forward, if he stays hot like this, over Eduardo Escobar in a league I'm already in first place in at the corner infield position. Another corner infielder available, Luke Voit of the San Diego Padres. First base, corner infield eligible. Only 32% rostered. I was a little surprised to see that. A little surprised that he made the list this week because of that. It's up to 13 home runs, 47 RBIs, 38 runs scored on the year, hitting right in the middle of that Padres lineup. Okay, over the last 14 days, he's hitting 281. Okay, you get 280 out of Luke Voit, you sign up for that in a heartbeat. With the 3 homers, 11 RBIs. If you need some power, Luke Voit might be available in some leagues. But my number one ad of the entire week, my number one ad at the corner infield or any offensive position, to be in fact, is Jose Miranda of the Minnesota Twins. First base, third base, corner infield. He's up to 38% rostered. That's up 19% since last week. This is probably your last chance if you didn't get him already. Right now you're hitting me. Anthony's already on teams in my league. I understand it. Still right now just under 40 though, so explore it at the very least. Jose Miranda on the season is more than acceptable, 275. 9 homers, 37 RBIs, 21 runs scored, hitting 5th in the Twins lineup. He's got a 784 OPS, a 315 on-base percentage. Over the last month, 354, 4 homers, 20 RBIs. Over the last 2 weeks, 455, homer, 5 runs, 5 RBIs. Scorching hot, first, third base, mainstay now in that Twins lineup, and really should be a mainstay at this point in your fantasy lineup. He's playing third base at this point for me in my TGFBI league that's still competing. It's in the top 5. Still hoping to make a late run and get to the top. Middle infield positions. Guys, the middle infield is where you're going to find your speed this week. Off the waiver wire. 2 guys who shouldn't be there. But Jorge Mateo of the Baltimore Orioles. You know, the 2 games over 500. The 2 games out of a wild card spot. Baltimore Orioles. Mateo gives you the versatility. Second base, shortstop, outfield eligible. Under 40% rostered on Yahoo, down to 36%. Okay, his rostership went up and then it dropped because the batting average was under 200. So it made sense. You were paying for one category out of Mateo. And the truth is he wasn't getting on base and hitting enough to even make that worthwhile. However, the batting average is inched up. Still on the season, not very good, 214. He is carrying 24 stolen bases and a little bit of pop actually with 8 home runs. Now, last month, that batting average, which again, remember, was under 200, now is 212. Over the last month, when he's brought that batting average up, he's hit 265. Okay? Over the last 2 weeks, that batting average has been 324. With that speed, you don't need 340. You just need him to get on base however he can. Hit a little bit. Don't destroy your batting average. And over the last month, he has not destroyed your batting average with that 265, while mixing in 5 steals to add to get up to his current total of 24 on the season. Another stolen base option, not as high a number of stolen bases as Mateo. Colton Wong of the Milwaukee Brewers, second base, middle infield eligible, 33% roster on Yahoo. On the season, he's got 10 stolen bases, 7 home runs, hitting 244 with a 738 OPS. Over the last month, he's hitting 282 with 2 home runs. And over the last 2 weeks, he's hitting, as I'm losing my voice, he's hitting 344 with 9 runs scored. Wong, probably a better hitter than Mateo. Doesn't give you the stolen base upside, but should give you potentially same amount of home runs, runs scored, and a little bit better batting average. Check your 5x5 roto categories. What is it that you need? I'm always searching for speed, so Mateo's back on some rosters of mine. And finally, some outfielders to be mindful of. Chad Pinder of the Oakland Athletics. Interesting eligibility. Second base and outfield. Only 4%. He's hitting 4th in that Oakland lineup for whatever that's worth, right? It's Oakland. I get it. Okay, but over the last 2 weeks, he's hitting 323. 2 of his 9 home runs on the season. He's up to those 9 homers with only a 243 batting average. Okay, on the last month, though, it's been pretty good. 281, 4 home runs. Not game-changing, but if you need a 4th or 5th outfielder, Pinder swinging a decent bat over the last 30 days. If you need help in batting average, and it's really the only category he's going to help you, although he's been running a little bit, Stephen Kwan of the Cleveland Guardians, a little higher roster percentage than anybody else, 45%, but scorching hot. Any league where I have him, I don't want to play him because I understand all he's giving me is batting average. But he's been so hot, I can't justify taking him out of my lineup. On the season now, it's 293. Over the last month, it's 316. And over the last 14 days, he's hitting 404. I just can't take 404 out of my fantasy lineup. I just can't do it. Now, he doesn't hit for any power. He's only got 2 home runs on the year. He's only got 28 RBIs on the year. He's got 46 runs scored, okay. And he is running a little bit over the last 2 weeks. He's got 7 stolen bases on the season, this Quan. 3 of those 7 over the last 2 weeks. So maybe he incorporates a little more speed into his repertoire as we go down the stretch. But the hit tool is there. The hit tool is there. I understand. He's giving me batting average. That's all he's giving me. But if you're close, if you're looking at your standings and you're close in batting average, Quan at 45% rostered, get him in your lineup. He's going to help you there. Swinging a super hot bat, batting leadoff for the Cleveland Guardians. A couple of other outfielders to mention. Brandon Marsh of the Los Angeles Angels, 10% rostered. Not having a great year, but should see an uptick in playing time with Mike Trout's back issue, keeping him out for who knows how long. He does have 8 home runs, 8 stolen bases on the season. Little power-speed combination. And Chas McCormick of the Houston Astros, only 2% rostered if you're looking for some outfield pop. He's got 10 home runs on the season, hitting 233 on the year. But McCormick over the last month, hitting 277. Over the last 2 weeks, hitting 278. Over the month, he's had 4 of his 10 home runs. All right, Carson Kelly behind the plate. Corner infield, some little pop with Candelario and Voit if available. Also, Jose Miranda, first base, third base, corner infield. My number 1 ad of the week. If he's still out there, get him. Push the fab money all in. Okay, speed at the middle with Mateo and Wong. Outfield, little bit of pop, little bit of batting average. Pinder, Quan, Marsh, and McCormick. All right, everybody. Don't forget, head over to rotoballer.com. Check it out. Sign up today for that NFL Premium Pass. Promo code ACES. Save yourself 10%. Like and subscribe right here to the YouTube channel. Baseball, football, you name it, we got you covered. And download the app. All right, everybody. Give me a follow on Twitter at Aniano Fantasy. Make sure you check out the Pitcher Waiver Wire video as well. Enjoy your weekend. Have a good one, folks.